Good morning, everyone.
Hello there.
I'm going to start directly and say it's so important to have a place.
In what bracket are you thinking? How many million?
I'm thinking of a mansion. No, what I'm thinking of is it is important to have a place of belonging, of homecoming, of
Safety,
safety, of acceptance, a haven,
nurturing, yeah, all of that,
nurturing,
yeah.
a haven. It is so important to have that. And to a large degree, um, it's not falling out of the air when we talk about this. Recently, in quite a few contexts, we've experienced it firsthand how people really, it helped them. The mere fact that they have such a place.
Yeah, even they might not be coming often, and I'm talking about people coming to us to the retreat center, but they know that they can. They know that there is
Yes.
such a place. So even just the knowledge of that, and we've also seen how very difficult it is when you don't feel that you have a place.
Yes.
When you feel like you're adrift, say at the end of a relationship and you're moving out, or and you don't have a space, not even a personal space, or you in between in a liminal
There's
space.
a transition.
There's a transition, and you feel absolutely exposed and vulnerable. To then know of a place. I remember myself as a student, for the first time in my life in the city, cold winters, grew up in the Lowveld, and to know that I can go home for the holidays.
Because then you were in Joburg studying.
Yes, and to go home to the Lowveld, where it's warm, where I feel loved, where it's my home. So to not have a place to, I think we all sort of instinctively have a feeling of what home means to us. And it might be the house or the home that you grew up in, but it might be it might be a place, it might be a different setting, it might be, but to have such a, and I mean, it's also people can be
A place.
a place.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a space. It is a
It's a holding space. It's almost like
yeah.
a place where you can let go, where you can for a while just float and not have all the responsibility or the cares of the life that you are leading by
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we find that personally, but also with people that they live very stressful lives, or they are daring greatly in their endeavors, on their life journeys,
And in their work.
and in their work, and in their calling that they might have, but it becomes too much often. They burn out emotionally, physically, and to then have somewhere where they can just come and be.
Yes.
And be with people that understand.
Yes.
That can acknowledge that they are not weak, they need that. They need nurturing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just discovering how important that sense of being taken care of
Yeah, in a sense of
is.
belonging.
And belonging.
Yeah.
It is so important. So many people, one gets the impression that they've been cut off from their moorings. They're adrift. They're looking for something. They're searching for something, or they just despondent. But to have a space where you don't have to explain, you don't have to talk much, You can just be and you are accepted and it's fine.
And nothing is forced on you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I think you were saying in the Afrikaans version that you had that need
Yeah.
when you started out on the journey.
Yeah, I think why I'm also really passionate about this, it was reiterated recently firsthand by experiencing it with people coming on retreat. And this realization, well, this serves that purpose.
This is why we're doing it.
This is why we're doing
Yeah,
it. This
yeah.
is the space. So that was a very important awareness that I've experienced recently. But I'm passionate about it also because years ago, more than 20 years ago, when I started on my contemplative journey, not knowing that I was starting on the contemplative journey, I was just searching with this deep, deep longing and a deep sense of a void within the space where I was. A- a- an immense void that I experienced. And I wasn't in a good space. So I went to my general practitioner, and I said, I'm not ill. Because I didn't know what I was looking for. I'm not ill, but I need somebody to guide me in this. Now, I didn't know about spiritual directors. I didn't know about retreat centers. I didn't know
Whether
any.
there was actually something wrong with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Were you just
Yes.
going?
So I went to him and I said, this is the case. And he said, well, you're not ill. He did a checkup. You're not ill, but I'm going to refer you to a psychologist. And he referred me to the psychologist. And I remember sitting there and just realizing it. This isn't what I'm looking for. This isn't it. So then I left, and only through searching and then finding a spiritual director and realizing there are places like retreat centers, I came home. There's this sense of
Yeah.
of letting go,
Yeah.
of something being released,
Yeah.
attention, and you there, and it helps so much. And it is important to, and it is not going on vacation. It's a vacation doesn't help, because now friends are saying to you, well, maybe you should get away. It can help. I'm not saying it doesn't have some advantages, but that's not what I was looking for. I didn't want a deck chair next to a pool. That wasn't what I was looking for. I was looking for silence. I was looking for a place of homecoming, of
And for a community, I think.
yes,
Because there was also no community, also no vocabulary for what, but you just, and I think I had the same experience. So there was no community where you felt this sense of homecoming, and then also not really a place where you could just offload a bit.
Yeah. Because just knowing that there's such a place, and that is the setting. Because if you phone a vacation resort, you can say, is it quiet there? Do you have something on over the weekend? Is there a music concert, or is there fun for the family over the weekend?
It's such a different, and I think it is just a different agenda.
It is.
And you're going for different reasons.
Exactly.
So
because sometimes that's necessary as well. We're not downplaying
but
that.
What we're talking about is a place where you can return to. It's like knowing, even in a busy day, I have a retreat at the end of the month, or I'm going on retreat once a year, or I can pick up the phone and talk to these people. That these people are my home base.
Mm.
And that can be a friend, it can be your mother, it can be anybody, but it's somebody that you come home to.
Yeah. And I think that was really a thing, because that was something that was a miss in our lives. And that was also a big motivation why we started the retreat center.
Yeah, and I think also why we are planning the gathering, the
Yes.
contemplative gathering.
Yes.
Because with what we find at
In August now.
in August, there's a lot of people searching. There's a lot of people discovering the contemplative spirituality. There's a lot of people curious about it, but they little pockets or single people, and it's lonely. So to have something where people can come together and meet each other, and maybe discover that there's a retreat center close to you, or there's a community that you can join. So that is what we want to do, is to create such a container, really.
Yeah. And it will be in Wakkerstroom, and there will be like-minded people. And it ties into what you've said about people can be a place.
Yeah.
That place of safety. We've attended the Living School now almost 10 years ago, and there we met people from Australia and England and Canada and all over the world. And in our little group, we have this mixed bunch, but once a month, our little group still meet on Zoom. And it is strange. They're living in all parts of the world, but and they all say that it is this sense of homecoming, and you can talk and you can relate and you can just breathe. It is so important. That is a space, and we see it.
It's been almost 10 years.
It's been almost 10 years now. Yeah, and you are our community as well, where we can have these conversations and we have feedback, and we also see how it helps people, where they're often alone on their journey. So we're very glad that modern technology can create a home as well. So thank you very much, and we'll talk again next week.
Keep well, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.